Imagine the whole world is suddenly devastated. No one knows how this happened, and in the middle of all this a man is trying to find his pregnant wife. Something similar happens to Will, who has now reached his ruined city with great difficulty. Where ash was raining everywhere, there were many empty vehicles. Will used his brain a little and brought a gas mask from a fire truck. While crossing the city, he saw that many dead bodies were lying in the vehicles. Also, smoke was coming out of many buildings. Soon he reached the building where he also had a flat. He climbed the fire escape and went inside through the window. But half of the building had already collapsed. There was a message from Samantha on a wall in which she had told her location. Now he got in the car and left to look for his wife again. Will started remembering how everything was perfect till 2-3 days back. Will was in the hospital with his girlfriend Samantha, where they were given the good news that they were going to have a son. After a while, Will left for the airport. Before leaving, he told Samantha that he would ask her father for her hand in marriage. On reaching Chicago, Will first attended all his business meetings and then went to the house of Samantha's parents Paula and Tom. The atmosphere at home seemed quite serious. During dinner, Tom directly asked Will that, "What do you want with my daughter? And if ever in the future you get separated, then will you claim the money given by us, which we will give to Samantha?" To this, Will replied, "Look, I earn good money. I am not marrying your daughter for money. She is the love of my life." But for some reason, Tom was not believing anything Will said. An argument broke out between the two. Paula tried to intervene and stop the fight, but the situation worsened. Finally, Paula sent Will out of the house saying, "It's too late. You should go." The next morning, Will woke up to a video call from Samantha. Looking at the phone, he realized that he was late for his return flight. Samantha had called to know that you had gone to meet Papa last night. How was the meeting? But suddenly the power went out at Samantha's place. Samantha said that it feels very strange. Strange sounds are coming in between the call. There was some movement on the phone screen, and then suddenly the phone disconnected. Bill kept trying to call again and again, but no one was picking up. When he reached the airport, he found out that all flights were cancelled. The news was saying that a very terrible earthquake had occurred near California. After a while, the news signals also went off and the entire airport lost power. Will decided to take a taxi without wasting time. And when he offered to pay the driver some extra money, he agreed. The taxi stopped directly at Samantha's parents' house. Will explained the whole situation to Paula and Tom. Fighter jets were visible in the sky from the window. Tom decided that he would go to find Samantha, and Paula would go to their son's house. Now both Will and Tom set out together to find Samantha. There was heavy traffic on the way. GPS and network had completely failed, and people were looting supermarkets so that their homes do not run out of ration in this emergency situation. Both of them stopped at a petrol pump where Will was filling petrol, and Tom went inside and packed some stuff for the journey. Then some people started quarreling with Will and threatened to snatch his car. When the matter got worse, Tom said, "Wait a minute, I will give you money." But instead of money, he took out a gun and showed it to them and drove them away. There was an army checkpoint on the highway. Tom talked to them and explained that my daughter is stuck there. I don't know whether she is right or not. After listening to the plea of a father, they also agreed and they got permission to move forward. Along the way, they saw a lot of army trains going west, which led them to believe that the situation was really bad. At night, a police officer stopped their car. Tom immediately realized that this was not a real police officer, but a common man who had stolen a police car. When the man pulled out a gun, Tom put the car in reverse and escaped. But the man started chasing them. Tom handed the gun to Will and he kept trying to fire it, but he could not figure out how to unlock it. Tom drove and told him what to do, and Will finally fired. This went on for a while. Then Tom swerved so that the fake policeman's car crashed. A little further on, they saw that some deer had crossed the road. Tom swerved to save them, and soon he too met with an accident. Meanwhile, the fake cop reached them again. He started threatening Will, but Tom attacked him from behind and knocked him unconscious. Now Tom's ribs were badly injured. Soon he pulled his car out using the fake cop's car. The next day, he reached a trailer park where people were not trusting him. But he met Ricky in a garage. Ricky told both of them to go to the park. When Tom saw the poor condition of the car, he agreed to repair it. The radio said that only short wave and signals were working. There was no response from the government on whatever had happened. No one knew what was happening and how. Birds were flying in the sky in a very strange manner. It was certain that something very wrong was going to happen. When Tom went to the washroom, he saw his injury. His wound had worsened. Ricky also told them that the car has been repaired only temporarily. It can break down in the middle. Don't tell me that I didn't tell you. When Tom heard that Ricky was planning to go to California, he offered Ricky a deal. Tom said that I will give you money to come with me. This will keep you close to your destination, and in return you can repair our car whenever it breaks down. After a little thought, Ricky agreed. He just asked for a lot of money. Then they loaded all Ricky's tools in the car and left. In the evening they saw a car coming behind them. They immediately stopped the car and switched off the lights. Everyone waited quietly until the other car crossed them. Then they started following the car using their tail lights as a guide. After a while, Ricky checked his compass and its needle was moving very fast, as if some strange changes were taking place in the Earth's magnetic field. Just then, another car came from the side of their road. They had to dodge this car very fast. The new car they were chasing collided with the old car, and both cars went off the road. Will checked the first car, but no one was alive. Ricky saw the second car in which a woman was dead, but her husband was still alive, and he was trying to say something. He was speechless and his condition was very bad. When Ricky told Will that he should take him to the hospital, Tom refused, saying that the hospital was very far away. He would die on the way. Tom and Will got back in the car, but Ricky still stood outside. She was looking at the dead bodies very carefully, as if trying to understand something. Then another car stopped and some strange-looking men got out of it. Tom became alert. Tom started driving fast so that they could go away. But Will refused and said that he should take Ricky with him first. Then Tom quickly put Ricky inside and drove off. Tom said that if Will had said no to him, he would not have let Ricky sit inside. Ricky felt very bad that he was going to leave her and said that now will not fix the car. Then Tom gave a slight jolt to the car, due to which Ricky's face hit the front seat. After a while, when they stopped to fill petrol, Ricky and Will saw some strange clouds. Seeing them, it seemed that something was wrong. Suddenly, lightning struck a pole near them, and a terrible storm started. Seeing all this suddenly, he got a little scared. Now Tom was having a lot of difficulty in driving. Even with the car lights on, the road was barely visible. So they decided to stop under the bridge until the rain stopped. The next morning the weather was fine and their trip resumed. When they passed a radio tower, the car picked up a radio signal. The reporter reported that there was no internet service anywhere. Mobile phones were out of network, and even after several attempts, they could not get any news from the government. They soon reached the outskirts of a town where people had blocked the road with their vehicles. The sheriff looked at them closely and refused to let them in. But when Will told him that he knew some people there and told him their names, the sheriff agreed. Soon Will reached the house of an old friend of his, Mac. Mac was very upset. She told that she was not able to talk to her husband. He had gone on a business trip, and then all of a sudden this happened. Will took a shower seeing the opportunity. Ricky did the maintenance of the car, and Tom filled the water bottles. Mag was constantly crying, remembering her husband. Will consoled her that everything will be fine. Don't worry. But he could not stay with her for long. Then they set out on the way again. After going a little further, they saw a lot of smoke. Actually, a military plane had crashed there. Everyone was thinking that maybe someone has attacked the country. After a while, they reached a water park and started looking for things that could be useful to them. Ricky jumped into the pool for swimming, but the water was very hot. Then a military helicopter was seen flying. Then they started to look around quietly. But the state of the place made them think that people had already stolen everything. The cash register was empty and all the car tires were slashed. But the petrol cans could be filled. Tom could not lift heavy weights because of his injury, so Will took the responsibility. That night, as they passed an antenna, their phones suddenly started to get notifications. Tom's phone started to ring with messages from Samantha. He was leaving his message for her on voicemail. She was expressing her love. But the message had more signal issues than Samantha's voice, and suddenly the message stopped in the middle. Tom also tried to call his wife Paula, but there was no signal. Then he saw a line of people on the road who were coughing badly. Smoke was rising from a distance, and as soon as they went closer, they were shocked to see the scene in front of them. The whole area was burning with fire. Ricky said in fear that we should go back. But Will gathered some courage and said that we have no other way, and he increased the speed of the car to full speed. When they were crossing that area, the car was surrounded by smoke and ashes. After driving for some time, a woman came in front of them asking for help. Her car was also on the side of the road, whose tire was punctured. Ricky and Will felt sorry for her and wanted to help her when suddenly some men came out with guns. It turned out that the woman had been forced to lie and frame people. The men were trying to steal their petrol. Will tried to fight one of the men, but he easily knocked him out. Tom brought out his gun but collapsed from the pain of his broken ribs. The men then forced Ricky to fill up the petrol and stole the remaining petrol can and fled. The three got in the car and Will asked the woman to come with him, but she wanted to stay with her unconscious husband. A car chase ensued amid a lot of smoke. They started firing from the front, so Will hit their car with his car. Tom was coughing continuously and was not able to fire the gun, so he gave the gun to Ricky and asked him to fire it. Ricky missed a few shots, but then Ricky shot at their tire and blew it up, causing their car to overturn. Ricky quickly tried to take the petrol can, but a man held the can. Ricky quickly brought back one can, but Will noticed that petrol was leaking from the car and there could be an explosion any moment. So he told Ricky to run. Luckily, they were far away when the explosion happened in their car. After a while, Ricky asked Will to stop the car, fired the bullet, and then she got out of the car. Would have crashed. Actually, would have died. She felt very bad for killing those people to her who died and saved their lives. If she had not killed them, they would have killed us. They were shooting at us. Ricky said, "Leave me alone for some time." And Will did exactly that. Soon the sun started to rise, but Ricky had not yet returned. Will called out her name, but got no response. Many of their things were also missing. Then Tom started saying that they should not have brought Ricky along. Anyway, after waiting for a while, they moved ahead again. Suddenly, Tom started coughing blood, after which they stopped at a crash site. There were many cars and a train. Will wanted to find some petrol. When Will returned, he saw that Tom was not breathing because a piece of his rib had punctured his lungs. Will quickly inserted a needle in Tom's chest to release some pressure, which made it easier for Tom to breathe. Soon they were moving again, and Tom asked Will to promise that he would take care of his daughter Samantha. Both of them shared old memories of their lives with each other, and Tom finally accepted that Will was a good person. He knew that Samantha was pregnant, and now he was sure that Will would be a good father. In the evening, when they were crossing a bridge, they saw many empty cars. Then some men with weapons came in their way. Will said, "Please move aside. I am taking my friend to the hospital." But those people did not let Will go ahead. Will understood that if he stopped here, he would be in big trouble. He quickly drove the car in reverse, and two men started chasing him on bikes. But Will turned the car in such a way that both the bikers crashed. Now he could move ahead, but a truck was blocking their way. Tom somehow fired bullets, and at the same time, Will shook the car in such a way that the truck driver got fooled and crashed on the side. Finally, they crossed the bridge and moved ahead. But Tom was not able to bear this pain anymore, and he died in the back seat of the car. After a while, Will stopped the car and looked at Tom's body and started thinking what to do next. He decided that he would keep going without stopping. But the car broke down in the middle of the night. Will was now very upset with the car. In anger, he threw petrol on the car and set it on fire along with Tom's body. This was Will's way of saying goodbye to Tom. The next morning, Will started walking towards his destination. Some people in the cars ignored him and went away. But finally, a car stopped in which a family present there gave him a lift. But the driver said, "Before I drive, give me your gun." During the journey, no signal was received from the radio. After some time, they reached Will's father's house. There Will said, "I will drive the car." He told the family that they can take whatever they want from here. If they give me their car in return, they agreed to this deal, and while leaving, Will also took back his gun. With the help of the car, he soon reached his devastated city Seattle. Now the story reached the Sam place from where it started, and on seeing Samantha's address written in her flat, Will immediately went towards her. 15:05 से 15:46. As soon as he reached there, a man named Jeremiah pointed a gun at him and asked, "Who are you and what do you want?" But Samantha stopped him and ran to meet Will. After things calmed down a bit, Will told Samantha about her father. Will also told that if he was not there then maybe I would not have reached here. While sleeping at night, Will's eyes suddenly opened. When he came out, he saw Samantha and Jeremiah sitting by the fire, so he sat with them. It was being said that whatever happened was due to a terrible earthquake. The police had also warned everyone to evacuate the city. But Jeremiah said that I don't think there was an earthquake. Some country has definitely dropped a nuclear bomb on us. Things happened so fast that no one could understand anything. But Will did not believe his words, because if this had happened, he had come from the city itself. He would have died of radiation by now. Also, Jeremiah was repeatedly asking Will for his gun. Will found this very strange to see him like this. Samantha also agreed with Will. Anyway, they both had met each other after such a long time. So as soon as they met for some time, they fell in love. But then suddenly Will felt that someone was peeping into his car. It was none other than Jeremiah. Next day, when Will asked him about this, he said that I was chasing two children from there. Both of them ran away towards the forest. If you don't believe me, then let's go there. Their camp must be there. But in the forest, they did not find anything except deer. Will understood that something is wrong with Jeremiah, and that is why he said loudly that I am taking Samantha with me from here. Will you also come, brother? On this, Jeremiah said that Samantha cannot go anywhere. He turned towards Will with his gun, but Will shot him first and killed him. Then suddenly a dangerous black cloud was moving rapidly towards them. Will quickly called Samantha, and they both left in the car. They were driving at full speed and a sandstorm was chasing them. This is where the film ends. We can only hope that both of them survived. If you like the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.